Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Seven Billion Humans. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Peter Does Games. Yeah, that's what I meant to say the first time. Let us continue as we look at Injection Sites 1, Detroit Red Wings 0. What do we have here? Important data cubes from management. I put them down there on the floor in those horizontal lines. Most of them, anyway. I kind of zoned out. Would you guys fill in the missing data in each line? Just put those data cubes wherever they fit. Order doesn't matter. I think there should be one empty slot below each of you. But as long as those horizontal lines appear complete, I'm sure no one will complain. Alright, this sounds fairly straightforward to do. Let's check really quick what the optional challenges are. So if we can do it in 5 or fewer commands, or 7 or fewer seconds. Okay. Sounds good. It looks like it would be fairly straightforward. We just need to go down, pick up the cube, find where to the left or right it will have a cube. It looks like we can do... like every single one of them will be to the left or right, so it should not matter. So what we'll do is we want to pick up that, and now we're going to do our loop. So we can actually even say step down, and then if to say left is a data cube, and this one is nothing, then we drop. Otherwise, jump back up to there. I think this might do it. Let's see. So we're still 10 seconds. Let's go ahead and go back. So we got the 5 commands. Let's go ahead and reset this. And I'm thinking it works the fastest when we are specifically saying what it should do, right? So step down, step down. Sit down. So let me see where this gets me really quick. Am I in the right spot? So is this actually going to save any time though? Because we're still... Yeah, first of all, let's stop that. Because we're still going to have to do an if statement. So if down is nothing... Actually, we don't want to do it that way. We want to do it like this. If that, then drop. I mean, this is actually pretty much the equivalence of what we already had, I believe. And actually needs to do one more step down first. Let's get to the right spot. If that... So we only have... So I don't think this is going to save any time at all, because we still have to do the check here. But let's see. Well, it did save a little bit of time. We're still a second over, though. Is there a way to do this? I wonder, out of curiosity. Oops. Let's get rid of all that. Let me see where this puts me. So it gets over to there. If we just do a drop. That's going to be a lot longer on there. See if I'm in the right spot. Okay, so drop and pick up. Step down. Let me see where I'm at on this. So this would be the loop, I think. So that. So we're not going to do any loop or any tests, but this still will cause errors, so that's going to slow everything down with the errors. So this will actually be slower for sure. As you see, so 13 seconds. Back. Okay, so this won't work because every error does cause it to slow down a bit. And let's see then. So fill the day gaps, order does not matter. And that's fine. Let's see what he says for the helpful hint. When to use your if command to test multiple directions at once, just click, which I've already done all of those, so that doesn't actually help me any. So again, down to this level, we want one more step down. Down to this level, everything can be said as a specific command. Right, goes down, boom, boom. But now we almost pretty much have to have a loop. Again, if we're saying if that is a data cube and that one is nothing, and we drop. I mean, that's really the gist of it, except it needs to be like that. And still 1 second over. Is there any way to make that go faster? So let me see how many we have. 1, 2, so 8 through that. And it doesn't make any difference on here whether it's done in the else or not. The only difference is this will make it stop, so they don't continue going once they've gotten rid of everything they're holding. But that does not change the length of time. Let's go back. I wonder if we switch this over at all, does this change? It's telling it to step down before we drop. Does that change the amount of speed that this takes? No, it just breaks it. Okay. This has got to be that as well. I don't imagine this would be any faster. And it's not, so the equivalent. So we'll move that back to there, because I like that better. Get rid of that. Okay, and we only have the step, the pickup, and the drop. And we can't tell it to drop further down. It has to have all the steps down. Let's get rid of that. I mean, it's almost... I wonder if a single if statement goes any faster. So if we say, actually, if we say if that one is nothing, drop. Because once we get to this part here, let me make sure. I know I haven't put a step in. I want to see. I think we actually want the step here, step down like that. You see if this gets us in the right starting spot. No, it doesn't. Okay, so the step does need to be here. And they just drop at that point. So we can say step down here. Does that speed anything up? That does! So we got it under 6 seconds as well. So let's go back to the elevator. So we've managed to solve all of this. Let me see, and we're actually only 13 minutes in, so I'm going to at least look at this one. Might not be able to optimize it, but let's see what unzip is. Right, we have, let's unzip this line of data. Move the leftmost data cube up, then move the next cube in the line down, next one up, next one down. You know, like unzipping a zipper. Here, I've already started the solution for you. You're welcome. Okay. So this is what he says. Pick up if that's to the left equals a wall. And step up and drop else. Whatever. Let's get rid of that because I don't really like it. So the way he's starting, and actually let's go ahead and read this hint first. This one's similar to your previous assignment, dynamic angles. Once everyone picks up their cubes, the first worker at the very top needs to start off the chain. But how does the first worker know they are the first worker? They can notice there's a wall directly to their left. Yep. So that first worker should then step up, drop it, and then they're done. Meanwhile, all the other workers could be checking if a data cube is either diagonally up and to the left, or diagonally down and to the left. Once they see something appear on one of those two tiles, they know they can step in the opposite direction. True. Okay, let's see what the optional challenges are as well. 8 or fewer commands and 7 or fewer seconds. Okay, so let's see what we can do. So obviously if we do this, then we want to actually have... This will start the first one off and then they're done. So now we can say if that one is a data cube, drop. or actually we need to have them step down and drop if that one gets to the right place is a data cube. Then we want to step up and drop, and now we just want to have this whole loop here. Let's just see if this does anything yet. Okay, this looks like it will solve the puzzle very slowly. So 18 seconds. So I've solved it at least, but now we need to see if we can optimize it with these optional commands. So can we do this shorter? Hear that? What's the 8 or fewer? Okay. So everybody needs to start by picking up because they're not holding it originally, correct? Yes, okay. And then... actually, let me see the end. They're not going to let me... okay, I think, well, this goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So here's what I'm going to do for the speed one. Let's actually, let's leave that there for a second. So then we're going to say if that one is a wall, then we're going to step down and drop it. And then we can also do the if that is a data cube, then we're going to step down and drop, and if that is a data cube, we will step up and drop. So now we should be getting this from both sides at the same time. Let's see if that works. That did. So it's still 12 seconds. Let's shoot this back down to 1. And let's see. So this will now check both seconds, both directions at the same time. It's still only doing one person at a time, though. It doesn't let us go faster through that. Okay. This one's a little trickier. Let's go ahead and reset that back to here. Get rid of this just because I don't like it. trying to think, and I mean, this has got to be. It's got to be the way we start. I mean, you can start either side, but it's got to be like this step can't be skipped or made shorter, because again, trying to do either 8 or fewer or faster than 7 seconds, right? So I'm kind of working on the 8 or fewer commands first. So got to do this with only 4 lines left after this. And so if we take out the else, if that is data cube, step down. Otherwise we can say step up. And right here, even without the dropping, we're already up to 8. Wait, you know what? Let's take the drop out really quick. So if instead of that, we change this to a worker. Now this, I think, is that going to work? No, everybody moves up. Okay. See, this here is 8 without picking up or dropping anything. We can get them sort of in there. That still has an issue. Because it will still have a wall. But we can do it this way. Right, so this can get the people in the right spot. It's just they haven't picked up any of their data cubes. And that's still 8. Yeah, 8 or fewer. And I'm thinking we want to pick up on there, because we're going to have to pick up, everybody needs to pick up once. I don't think we need to worry about that going into somewhere else, but we throw the drop out of the loop. And see, at this place, we're already at 8. that's not going to help here either. Do we really need this, though? Let's see here. So it gets us to that point. That just does those two. Here's an interesting question. Wait. Okay, let me think here. What if... Let's start by saying everybody move up 1. And then if that's... Let's see... Can actually get rid of... Yeah, get rid of that. Come on. If that... we drop... And if... it's the data cube, we need to actually step down twice and drop. Otherwise, drop. I don't know that this will work, but let's just see what this does. Okay, so they all drop first. So this will do that part, but don't think it's any faster. Actually, it is. It got this 7-second target. Okay. Now we just need to figure out how to do it in fewer commands. So we actually got the speed one. I didn't think that would actually work. Okay, so that's obviously too complicated. So now we need to figure out a way to do this. So in fewer steps. Can't see any way to get that part. Although I really think that should be in here. Okay, now time doesn't matter, it's just number of steps. see, if we don't want to drop yet... Actually, we would change it to a worker if we're going to do this method. And then we step up. And it only does those first couple without a loop. And we only have one step left, which would be the loop, but we're still stuck without dropping anything if we're doing it this way. We can only see those immediate ones around. Okay, so at this point, that would fail. If we do this, now this is what our new, I wanted you to pause, but this is what our new scenario is. So now we can say if to the left is empty. No, it's not going to save any steps doing it that way. It's really only that check. So again, if is a worker down, if that is a worker, we step up. But then we need that is a wall. Then we can jump out of this. Otherwise, we would be doing this. I don't even know if this will work, but let's see. So this works, but it's 2 over, and it doesn't give me the final, like the final step after that would be to drop. So we're actually 3 commands over. I believe this will actually, nope, the last person does not drop, so yeah, I would need to have them step in the right direction anyway. Okay, so this too complicated doesn't work. I was hoping we get a little bit closer on the number of commands. Okay, so let's see here. We still want to pick up. That stuff has to happen whenever, so might as well put it outside of anything else we do, right? Then we check. Okay, let's think here. Let's say if to the left is not a person. No, this one still has to be different, I think. So let's do it this way. So if to the left is not no, that's not going to work either. This might do it though. So if that is a worker and that is a worker, step down. If is a worker let me think here. So if that's a worker, we're always going to step up. Let's get rid of that. Okay. This one's a fun one. I'll give it about 15 more minutes of puzzling on here before I'll have to end this video, before it gets too long. So you definitely want to pick up worker. What would that do here? It just moves the one person up, right? I kind of like the idea of having everybody step up, because then we only have to worry about making people step down. Right, so the people who would step down would be if person let me just see how this gets evaluated. So everybody jumps up. Now, it's looking for, there has to be a person on both sides. So this person will go down for sure. This person shouldn't, but what happens to the rest of the line? Let's see here. Okay, so everybody except for the ends, and that's not going to work. Okay. So it's evaluated across the whole line, then they take their turn, and that's when it gets reevaluated. And of course, this one needs to be the opposite of that one. So if that is a wall, drop, that is a Dedicube, step down, step down, drop. So let's see if this at 11 will do it. No, they all drop it at that point. Why does it do that though? Let's see. That one drops. That one knows to go down. Oh, everybody drops it here then. Okay. That's too many lines anyway. Yeah, let's go ahead and reset that. So we got this to begin with. So we can do that one. Yeah. And it's 8, right? Yeah, 8 or fewer. everybody step up. And then we'll say if there is not a worker, if there is a worker there, twice. Wait, let's see in here if there's otherwise. Let me just see what this would do to the line. So that gets everybody into like this kind of weird diagonal. Let's see how far this will go actually. That's an interesting pattern that it makes out of people, but ultimately going nowhere. So everybody goes at once. This should do nothing. No, they all go up because everybody steps up that way. Right? Okay. What if we did this? If that does not equal a worker and equals a data queue. So this will put... Okay, this one do... Yeah, that doesn't help either. I like having to think on this. Trying to get this in under 8 moves. So again, pick up. Do you want to pick up yet? Because see, what I'm thinking is at the very, very end, we can actually add a pickup like this and a pickup like that. It doesn't matter about the error and then drop, so 3. So if we can figure out how to sort them in 5 steps, we can do this at the end. And I mean, there's going to be the jump. So we just need if condition step up, else step down. So we need to figure this condition out. And this would be 8. So that does not equal a worker. And I'm going to step up. Again, that gets us to this condition. And then it's just going to continue like that. And with the errors, there's no reason why we can't have the full thing being looped, right? What does this do here? So that's not quite what we wanted. Again, errors don't matter on this one. So what if we said, or if that equals a data cube? Wait, okay, so... try it this way. No. I'll slowly move it up. So you have to have a way to differentiate the end, right? So after this first one, everybody moves down. think I liked having everybody step up once. And then if that was a wall, pick up from down there, drop. That would set the first one. And again, I don't have enough commands on here. Okay, well, this is already getting close to an hour long for this episode, so I'm going to pause this for now, and I'll jump back in. I'm still going to try and work on this one today because I don't want to leave it aside, but it'll be in another video. You guys have a wonderful day. Alright. This is just a continuation of the previous video. I've stepped away from my computer for about 5 minutes just to stretch, get my brain a little bit of time to not think about this, and now I'm coming back into it. So, let me see. I think, clearly we're going to have a loop through this, and it's going to need the if statement. I think if we're going to start off with to the left does not equal a worker, and it's got to be a complex if statement for this to work. So, and if that okay, let me just start with this. I want to have everybody step up one, and then we're only going to concern ourselves with stepping down. So if there's not a worker to the left, so, and it's not, let's try worker there. Let's just do a pickup here, step up. Drop. Otherwise, step down and drop. What does this get us? This would be 8 commands. So that just gets us right back where we were before. Okay, so we want... So if there's nobody to the left, and there is somebody to the right... Sorry, to the diagonal up. So that's not going to work. So we want... And there's not a worker up to that direction either. Okay. Let me get rid of this really quick. So this is going to check from here, making sure this person would not have anybody to the left or up. Then we want them to drop. Otherwise, does this get me that one person to drop anyway? Let me do this step by step. So that gets the one person to do it. Now, okay, so what if we then instead step down? Drop. So this is 8. This would put 1 up everybody else on this line again, I believe, if I did it this way. Right? So we need the pickup within this. So we want to be able to pick it up again. That's fine if there's an error. So this could kind of make a diagonal the opposite direction. That's not going to help us any. Okay, there's got to be something with how we can do this. So first of all, let's not worry about the pickups or anything yet. Or the drops. Let's get everybody into the correct place to begin with. So if it's not, then we want to have them stay and do nothing. Otherwise, step down. Or do we want to do it like this? Would this be sufficient? That always will move them like that, so that does not help us. Change this back to data cube. We need pick up data cube, then go up to there. I mean, that's actually more of a okay. And this is the basic loop that we want. Don't really want to put that anywhere else. I mean, basically this is our loop, which is 5. We can pick up that. We can drop and drop. I don't think this is going to work, but yeah, because nobody's ever in the right spot to begin with. See this first part, that's not going to do anything either. So that puts it down. Wait, this... Okay, this actually will do it. Except we need that reversed. No, not quite. Okay. So why is this? Like, this will do it, just the opposite of how we want it to go, right? Then we can pause. So this is what we want. It's just reversed. Okay. So we change that over. Change that up. That down. Does this fix the problem? I think it does. Whew. Well, that one was crazy. But I've now got, and that actually does it in 7 seconds too. So it actually, that one will hit both at the same time. So there you go. I'm looking at this. This is only 10 more minutes, so I'm going to actually edit the video and combine this with the previous one that I was working on. So you guys will just see it there.